So this is why I really did not want to open about it, because I feel like it's just gonna open more doors to freaking people just like saying shit. But since Candy wants to go and basically talk about a situation that was already resolved, yes, I did go through a headache for dealing with the room. Candy was already in a room.
If it wasn't for Maria going and talking to somebody about the rooms, it would have never got situated. Candy wanted to leave, and Maria booked a hotel for us to leave.
Which that's what you guys seen in the vlog, and
we were already gonna leave, because Candy was already emotional because she didn't want to be in a room because somebody else was smoking weed, so she was getting a headache, right? So Candy was getting a headache because somebody else was smoking weed, which is perfectly fine, whatever. So we decided to leave. Before we left, somebody came, they told us not to leave. The room got situated, right? But in the meantime, when all that shit was happening, Maria was the only one dealing with the whole room situation.
Candy was just laying in her bed saying that, oh, you deal with it, I have a headache. So what did I do? I freaking took one for the team, and I dealt with the whole room situation. I bounced back to back between people to get it all situated.
At the end of the day, if it wasn't for Maria going and talking to somebody, Candy's ass would have been outside, away from the house. So anyways, the rooms got situated in the 2 rooms that we were going to get. Before anybody went to the house, Maria said, hey, I get the better room. That's all that happened.
So that's when I felt like we deserved the room, because I was dealing with the headache, like always. I always have to deal with it.
Candy already had a cool room, but she just didn't want to be in the room because she had a headache because somebody else was smoking weed.
And they told her that they could tell the specific person that no more smoking in the room. Whatever. That's just so irrelevant. Anyways, we were both fighting over a damn freaking room at this point, just because we were so frustrated with the whole freaking situation, which we never even should have dealt with in the first place. Like, all this shit should have been settled before we even got to the freaking house. So at this point, both trying to just like calm us down and be like, you guys are friends, you guys should not be fighting over this, which I get.
And then
I was so frustrated that we were even fighting over a fucking room. So Candy's upset, I'm fucking upset. I'm literally in her freaking room like, dude, if you want the fucking room, like, fucking get it. Like, at this point, I just want to fucking leave. Like, we should not be fighting about this shit. Like, we're girls.
Me and Nestor both were saying, hey, you guys are friends, like, you guys shouldn't be fighting. And at the end of the day, we were like, let's just go eat. Let's squash everything.
I was literally begging Candy out of bed. I was wiping her tears. I was putting her chanclas on.
Supposedly you were poking her butt, too. You were tickling her. So before she goes and
we are friends like that. I mean, she touches my butt, too. The hell?
You thought you were friends, I guess.
Well, I thought we were friends. So that's when I was wiping her tears away, guys. And just being there for her, because I know I played a part in making her feel like shit. So as a friend, I was trying to make it right. And everything was fine. And I told her, let's go out to eat. And she was just emotional herself. And she sat there and freaking looked me in my eyes and basically freaking said, I hate to be a clout chaser, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And I told them, like, no, dude, like, we're better than this. Like, we don't need to freaking chase clout. Like, we got our own supporters. We don't need to chase clout. So finally, at the end of that, I was finally able to get her out of bed, and we freaking went to go eat and have dinner. So everything was already resolved. So I don't even know why she's trying to resurface all that, because if she had an issue,
if that was such an
why
issue,
go out to eat with us?
Then you should have dropped everything as soon as there. You should say, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. You're not my friend. Plain
exactly. And one thing I could proudly say, guys, is that we are such an open book with you guys. Like, we don't lie about shit. We try to be as open as can be. Yes, I smoke weed occasionally, guys.
Hey, but don't sit here and say that we offer you this and that.
We asked you if you wanted to smoke, but we never forced Nestor to freaking smoke. Yeah, he smoked willingly with us.
Don't forget to mention, too, before we left, he was the one that had the blunt in his hand.
Telling us to hurry up and smoke.
With the light and everything, wanting to smoke. So don't try to sit here and say we forced drugs down anybody's fucking mouth.
I know. I'm the one that said, no, I can't. Like, I'm stressed out. Like, I want to leave. So don't try to twist the fucking words, Candy.
She's trying to sit here and say, too, that she's done a lot for us, that we forced her to eat this and that. At the end of the day, you're your own person. If you don't want to eat something, plain and simple, you can say, I don't want to eat. And don't sit here and say that you've done a lot for us, because at the end of the day, we've done a lot for you as well. We pull up to you guys' house unannounced to surprise you guys. Go to every event you guys have. Always show support to you guys. So don't try to sit here and say that you guys do all kind of shit for us, because at the end of the day, we did a lot for you as well.
I feel like don't justify and put me down as a friend, because I needed you when it fucking counts.
You're mad over a bed, but that shit was already situated, and then you're trying to go on a rant and then throw drugs and her poking your butt, this and that. Like, that's all irrelevant at this point.
Like, I just feel like all this is a freaking mess that I just wanted to avoid from day one. That's why I wanted to leave, guys. I wanted to leave from the fucking beginning. So that's why I feel like when the text message got sent, I felt so offended because I feel like me and Candy just went through the whole mess of dealing with it, getting over it, moving forward. And when the text message was sent just directly towards me, I took real offense to that. I felt singled out. I felt bullied at the moment because that text message wasn't directed towards Candy when she was the one that had the issue with the bed, with the room. Like, she had the issue with the room as well. Like, it wasn't like us was just the bed. Hers was the whole ass room.
She didn't want to be around.
So that's why I got so offended. And then when I leave, she didn't care to ask, like, oh, are you gonna leave? Like, are you okay? Like, she didn't care to do shit. So that's why I feel like her true colors showed out, because when she was upset, with everybody and everything, like, I was still there. Like, I was freaking still there. So I feel like all of this is kind of like irrelevant because we were able to move forward, you know? And if she had an issue as a friend, you would address it. Just the way when she texts me, come back, LOL, I freaking poured my heart and soul into that freaking text. And she took it as I was arguing when I'm just letting you know how I feel about the situation. And when she told me that, I was like, who's arguing? You know, just have a good time. And basically, that was like the end of our friendship because she basically showed me her true colors. She didn't bother to text me 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later. Nothing at all, guys. So I'm just tired of being the one to constantly have to reach out to people to prove our friendship. Like, I already did enough in that room of fucking begging. Like, I was literally fucking begging her. And I'm not going to do that shit to myself again. But at the end of the day, everyone's going to have their own stories and how they felt about the situation. But at the end of the day, me and Candy were girls at that freaking trip. You can
according to her, too, though, she said that she already knew you guys were going to have a fallout. Then why even keep with us? If you already knew it was going to happen.
That's sad. That's sad to even fucking hear that. But anyways, I feel like she's going to try to say and make up excuses to make up for why she was being a fucked up friend to me, which is not okay. Because she clearly said that everybody in that house isn't her fucking friend.
She needs to remember, too, she was the one that wanted to leave in the first place. At the very beginning, she was mad about the fucking room.
So when she wanted to leave, I was so quick to be like, let's go. No questions asked. So that's what makes the difference between myself and Candy. So I was there for her, and she fucking wasn't. That's why I said it counts where it counts, and it doesn't count when you weren't fucking there for me. And don't try to sit here and freaking lie to your freaking fans, Candy, saying that I tried to record you having a mental breakdown, because that's just so fucking ugly to me. Did you forget to mention that I freaking was the one that told you no cameras, no recording? That's why you weren't really recorded at all anymore. So I'm so confused why you're trying to manipulate the freaking story.